thanks to the support as a channel member, Rob Pontin. Here we go then, boys and girls. New season, new look-ish team. We spent £100 million and the team looks almost the same. That's a sign of progress, right? Hello and welcome to Club 2, part 36 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have our first two games of the new Premier League season. We're at home against Middlesbrough and away against Brentford. If you missed the transfer special yesterday, you missed us doing our first net transfer spend of the save, the big headline of which was signing Nicolai Suarez, 10 caps for England already, 21-year-old centre-back. England's starting centre-back, £57 million from Manchester United. That is a sign of the progress we've made as a club. He's come straight in as our club captain, having been here on loan a couple of times previously. He is going to be a superstar, an absolute superstar for us. Very, very happy with him and being able to partner him at the back with Pau Kubasi, who we signed permanently from Barcelona as well. And then, of course, our shiny new English striker with the great hair, Kyle Rutter. Lots of stuff moving in the right direction. Let's go win a football match and prove it. The media think we are looking at a 15th place finish. Middlesbrough, who we play today, newly promoted, expected to finish rock bottom. So this should be a win for us on the first day of the season. Dynamics wise, because we haven't rocked the team around too much, we have pretty good team cohesion still, very good club atmosphere. So you would think this should be an opening day of the season win, although we do have a few fitness and injury issues. O'Donoghue not fully fit. He's not really had much of a pre-season because he was away at the World Cup with England. Kyle Rutter also not really fit, so can't make his debut today. The other new boy, Colin Gray, also not fit enough to play, and Adala and Angelo both injured as well. And then several players just so far short of fitness. Our pre-season has been an absolute disaster. I mean, Suarez is not fully fit. Divine, Solari, Amayor, none of them fully fit. So it's a bit of a thrown together team, but even a thrown together team looks pretty solid. I mean, it's not far from what you would consider the first choice team, I guess. It's Hansen in goal, a back four of Sousa, Suarez, Kubasi and Dubai, Homo and Oscar in midfield, new boy Sanusi on the left with Stanis and O'Donoghue alongside him, and then Miles Leaburn up front. And Leaburn, despite being the Premier League's top scorer last year and winning the European Golden Boot for Europe's top scorer, does need to watch his back, because we have got a lot of very talented young strikers at this football club now. And as much as Leaburn is a consistent goal scorer and consistent at what he does, he is not necessarily the kind of striker that is going to lead us to the next level of our development as a football club. So I think the next big step has to be for us to find out Leaburn's long-term replacement, which seems insane when he scores as many goals as he does, but we need someone who offers a little bit more than just the goals. Interesting as well to see they've got Rushworth in goal, who I signed in one of my rebuilds and was rubbish. So fingers crossed he's rubbish in this save as well. And can we go out and ruin his day? We are currently rebuilding behind the goal here as well at the Pirelli. It looks like we're actually building on this side as well. I don't understand how attendances relate to what you see in the match engine in Football Manager, because it looks like we've got two sides of the ground closed, but we've only reduced the capacity by about 1,000 to do it. It makes no sense. It's not very well represented, but it looks like we're going to have a second tier put on both of these sides to get us to our 10,000 capacity. So theoretically, we could put a second tier on the other two sides and then maybe fill in the corners. I don't know what the expansion capacity of the Pirelli is, but it'll be 10,000 by the time this is done at the end of September. If we can get it to 15, 18,000, then it might be good enough. When we were in Nottingham last year, we weren't coming close to filling that ground in the best season we've ever had. So we don't need a massive stadium. So fingers crossed we can continue expanding the Pirelli. The fact that we're still investing money on this ground suggests we're probably not going to be building a new one anytime soon. Leaburn looked a little bit off the pace there as that ball came towards them. Middlesbrough are on the attack, and we need to be a little bit wary. If we lose at home against Middlesbrough on the first day, that is an alarming state of affairs. O'Donoghue, though, I mean, if he sticks that in the top corner, there's no way we keep him till the end of the window. Like I say, England star, had a good World Cup, scoring goals for England, and we need him to have a kind of low key first couple of weeks of the season and explode once the transfer window's closed. Kabasi has just taken that off of the head of Leeburn and given further demonstration why we don't necessarily need Leeburn anymore, because we've got other guys who can do what he can do. We need someone who can do the running up front now. Kabasi gets in ahead of him. That's his first goal as a permanent Burton player to put us 1-0 up, and now O'Donoghue's injured. I mean, I said have a low key. I mean, if he's broken his leg, I'm going to be fuming. I said low key, not injured. And now we don't have Angelo on the bench because he was injured. Do we give Vasquez his debut? Rutter's not really fit. Yabor isn't really a winger, so I guess Vasquez is going to come on and make his debut much earlier than planned. The young Argentinian striker, playing a little bit out of position, but get him out there on the right-hand side. And, I mean, this is a big opportunity for him, much earlier than I expected him to get one as well. We've got players queuing up to be the new long-term striker for us. Vasquez is getting an opportunity now, albeit playing out on the right-hand side, to show me that he's the man who can play the role that I want our centre-forward to be playing longer term, i.e. not just a big lump who does head. We've moved beyond big lump who can head things in now. We want a mobile running striker who can create space and create chances for the players behind him. And I think that's how we end up getting the best out of O'Donoghue, because I think he needs to be running beyond and into spaces that are created around him now and scoring more goals. In fact, he got 2 goals in 3 games at the World Cup for England and probably only scored 2 or 3 goals for us last season. Suggests I might not be using him right. I might not be getting the best out of O'Donoghue, who is our best player. So that's something we definitely need to work on. Sanusi tried to get the ball back off of Sousa there, but ended up running himself into trouble. And now Stanis turns and lays it off to Homo. And here is Vasquez. First look at him on the ball. Plays it to Debye. Debye, if he can slide it over to Leeburn, he tries to go it alone and really should be trying to play that across goal for Leeburn's tap in, but it does give us another corner. It's going to be Sousa to take a rare out-swinging corner for us. This goes against everything we stand for. Leeburn has left the penalty area during a set piece as well, which also goes against everything we stand for, and we're trying to scramble it over the line. Middlesbrough, desperate defending from them, and then eventually their keeper does come out and collect the cross from Suarez. We looked like we had a number of players not in the most appropriate positions for them there. That was a weird set piece. I need to just check that our set pieces are set up the way they're supposed to be, because I certainly don't like out-swinging corners, and it was very surprising to see us do one there. Debye plays it across to Oscar, who's got the space. Why does he play it off to Vasquez? He could have just had a shot there. Vasquez very easily gives the ball away, and now Homo lays it off to Oscar again. I would like a second goal here. Although we've been completely dominant, I'm not comfortable until we've got a couple of goals cushioned. Debye into the area again, does try and play it across goal this time, but it's blocked by the Middlesbrough left back, but only as far as Kabasi, and we are just relentless. This is like training ground exercises. It is just attack versus defence at the moment, and Middlesbrough are clinging on, but Stanis with the shot and screws it wide. Oh my word, it's been total dominance from us, but we still only have 1 goal to show for it. And not that I want this to suddenly... I'm not suddenly turning on Leeburn after last season, but we're playing against the team who are supposed to be the worst team in the division. We're absolutely dominating, and he's posting a 6.5. It's not really good enough from Leeburn. We need him to be able to create stuff for himself, not just be there to nod in crosses. Right, we're going to take off Sousa. Ionita's coming on. Suarez is going to come off for Urkel Giza because Suarez wasn't fully fit to start. I'd quite like to bring on Rutter for Leeburn, but I'm going to give it a little bit longer because I don't want to risk Rutter when he's not fully fit. If we were chasing a goal, Rutter would be on now, but I want to give Leeburn a little bit longer. Leeburn now taking the throw, and there is Urkel, and Urkel turns, lays it off to Leeburn again. Leeburn trying to do what I've asked him to do and create something for himself here, and once again we are just camped out on the edge of their area, trying to pass ourselves into a chance. Sanusi plays it, or tried to play it across, ends up keeping hold of it quite nicely. This is quite frustrating to watch now. We're keeping excellent possession, but just there's been a couple of times we should have just taken the shots, and we're just not doing it. We now have the set piece. Sanusi finds Urkel, and it goes just over. Another example of us finding the defender rather than Leeburn, though, from the set pieces. So Leeburn, Well, he's not scored yet today. I might not have a huge amount of patience with him this season. Lee Burn is going to come off. Rutter comes on to play up front. And I think for the other change, we'll take off Oscar and give Yaba his debut in that deep-lying playmaker role. And if Middlesbrough come and score here and get an equaliser, I will be quite frustrated. But we've been very wasteful in front of goal. An XG of 2.08. We've only scored 1 goal. We've had 9 shots on 23 shots in total, 9 on target. And yeah, just very, very wasteful from us. And Yaba is already injured. Stanis can play in the deeper role, so we'll drop him back and just go to the 4-2-3 for the last few minutes of the match. Not really long enough for Rutter to have any impact on the game. So Vasquez has played quite well, but Lee Burn, frustrating. But he'll go and get a hat-trick in the next game, and I'll forget the frustration, because when everything goes right for him, Lee Burn is unplayable as a big centre-forward. And he might be able to demonstrate that against Brentford now. Who knows? Again, I know I said to have a low-key start to the season, Damien, but I didn't mean tear your calf muscle. O'Donoghue's out for 2 to 3 months. So much for him having a breakout season this year. This is what happens when you don't rest a young player. He's played pretty much every minute of every match for the last 3 years since he was 18 years old, including having no time off in the summer because of the World Cup. And then part of him just ripped off. Who'd have thought? How very unexpected. So Rutter gets an opportunity to start on the right-hand side because Angelo is still not fully fit as he's recovering from his injury. In fact, we've got 4 players injured who can all play on that right wing. Yaba, O'Donoghue, Adala and Angelo. Yaba is going to be out for 3 weeks with a twisted ankle as well. So that's not ideal. What is more positive news is both Gray and Amo Amayor now fit to start, along with Alfie Devine. So all 3 of them come into the team along with Rutter. It does mean that Lee Burn gets to cling on to the centre forward spot for a little bit longer, because Rutter probably would have been the guy who I would have started ahead of him, and he's needed out on that right hand side because the strength in depth out there is starting to get a little thin. So Miles Lee Burn, once again, getting the opportunities to demonstrate that he is our main man and should continue to be treated as such. I mean, if he gets a couple of goals for us today, I need to just stop talking about players. No more mentioning players for me. That is a new rule that we implement from this point on. Solari is going to come on and play up front, who, of course, was very good when he had that spell playing alongside Lee Burn last year. So is another one of the players who is queuing up to take that centre-forward spot. And that front 3 of Solari, Amo Amayor and Rutter, with Alfie Devine pulling the strings behind them, that is a very quick front 3 that could cause anybody problems, and they can all kind of play interchangeably as well. They can all play either side or up front, so we can swap them around as needed also. The one thing we might struggle with is not having anybody who offers anything a little bit different, like Lee Burn or like O'Donoghue would have done. So it is kind of one-dimensional up there, but that one dimension is the most important one in Football Manager, pace. Counts for nothing when you're 1-0 down, though, as we are now, thanks to that Brentford attack. So we would quite like to get ourselves back into this game sooner rather than later. We're going to go attacking. Just attack immediately. We've got a goal down. Let's attack. We're not going to demand more yet. We'll offer some encouragement, but these boys really do need to we need somebody to step up and stake a claim to be part of this new look attack. I think we're pretty much settled now that this is going to be our defence. The midfield and the goalkeeper pretty much settled as well. But the front 4 is very much open to, I'd almost say all 4 spots are open with O'Donoghue injured. Now Amo Amayor is injured as well. For goodness sake. I cannot keep these boys fit. What is going on? Bowen with the in-swinger, and now we've been done at a set piece. Oh, he's scored against us before as well. He's a big boy, isn't he? I now know how other teams feel when we do that to them. It's very frustrating. It feels like you're powerless to stop it. But we've lost one of our big weapons in the shape of Lee Burn early on in this match. And it looks like we're going to lose Amo Amayor at half-time as well. And they're in again from the set pieces. They are out-Burtoning us at the moment, and I am not at all happy about it. Right, we need to change some things. I think we're going to stick Solari out onto the left, and we are going to try Vazquez up front. We haven't given him a go at centre forward yet. We do have the young winger as well, Sanusi, who could have come on. Part of me wonders if I should play them the other way round. I think he's probably more likely to be the striker longer term, or would it be Rutter? This is the I might still go and... We've got a little bit of money. I might just go out. If Lee Burn's properly injured, I might go and sign Saturday, Sunday, who we tried to sign last year. Leeds were relegated, so he's down in the Championship. Presumably, we can get him for a reasonable price. We wouldn't have any of these problems if I could have got Egan off of Southampton, but now he's at Bayern Munich. Maybe Saturday, Sunday's the answer. We'll investigate. Vazquez with the free kick. If he scores here, we obviously don't need to... Oh, my word. We've got a new hero. Jeremias Vazquez has just scored, 30-yard free kick, do you reckon? It's a long way out. He's got no business scoring from there. It's perfectly placed, and we are back in this, boys and girls. I mean, he showed nothing of his ability as a centre-forward doing it. It was very much a free kick, and he did play quite well on the wing in the last game. Rutter is not playing at all well out on the right-hand side, so I think we're probably going to take him off. And yeah, the attack I am struggling with at the moment. Stanis is going to come on for Divine. We are going to bring on Sanusi for Rutter, and I think we swap them over like that. Solari can go up front, Vazquez on the right. I don't really want Solari on the right-hand side, but Sanusi can only play on the left. So we'll give Solari a little bit more time at centre forward. Again, we are now going to demand more. We would very much like an equaliser, please. Ivan Toney's still at Brentford. Goodness me. And he wasn't even starting for them either. They've brought him on during the match because he wasn't there at the beginning. I'd have noticed him then. Right, we've got one more substitution we can make. Debye is tired, so he's the obvious one to come off. Daniels can come on for him. We go very attacking, and we hope that we can find an equaliser from somewhere. It's Daniels with the throw. Vazquez plays it back to Homo, and now Kabasi playing it forward to Oscar, who finds Solari. Stanis has found himself a little pocket of space in the middle, and Stanis puts it into the top corner for the equaliser. And there's yet another combination of this front four. We've got a lot of very good attacking players here now. It's going to take me a little bit of time to figure out the best combination to play him in. By all means, use the comment section to suggest what your front four would be. But Stanis, lovely work there from him. 2-2. And can we go and grab a winner? Have we got a winner in us? It would be quite nice to win the game having been 2-0 down and not knowing what to do with our attack. Daniels, that is a very risky pass, but Hansen, having none of it, lumps it forward to Stanis. Now Solari with the flick on, and nobody's really been able to get it properly under control. And I'm a little bit alarmed that this is a highlight still, because it's now back with Brentford, and these long highlights so often end in a goal. Gray has done very well to intercept that, finds Suarez, and now Oscar. And now it's us building from the back. Maybe we're going to benefit from the long highlights. Stanis back to Kabasi, and now Daniels. Daniels is being forced backwards here, back to Kabasi again. What a weird highlight. Suarez now, and now Oscar out to Gray. This is some lovely football from us, creating a little bit of space. Now Gray plays it forward to Sanusi. It's into Stanis. Stanis has got his second goal of the game, having come off the bench, and that's 3-2. And what a turnaround in this match. And Stanis has come off the bench and put in an absolute hero's performance to stake his claim to be part of this front four. That's lovely work from him. Lovely. I mean, it was such a lovely goal. The way we passed that out of the defence showing such composure. There were a couple of moments there where our defenders were under pressure, and they did so well to just pass their way out of it. And that was a lovely, lovely goal. Right, can we now hold on and pick up the 3 points? They've drifted past, I think that was Homo, drifted past him very easily there. But luckily, the shot is a wild one, and it remains 3-2 as we hit the 90th minute. We'll have the final whistle now, please, ref. That was all a little bit too stressful for my tastes. But at 3-2, that puts us third in the league, 2 wins from 2. We'll take that. Please and thank you. Kabasi, once again, showing absolute rock-solid composure. Vazquez playing it forward to Stanis. Stanis, of course, on a hat-trick now, and he's been electric since coming on. Stanis plays it through, looking for Sanusi. It takes the deflection off of the Brentford player, but Suarez is going to deal with that all day long, although the header does go back to the Brentford player, but Homo now cleans up the mess, and Vasquez nods down looking for Stanis. Our fullback Daniel's actually pushed on ahead there. Might have been a little bit of a misjudgment from him. Might have been a little bit too keen to get forward as soon as we got the ball, and they got in behind him, and now we're just hoping the referee can rule that out for offside, please. He does. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Daniels knew what he was doing. He was stepping up for an offside trap all along. Look, I mean, Daniels had made it into the other half. We'd had possession of the ball for maybe 4 seconds, and he just... I mean, I know he's on an attack instruction. He just went for it the moment we got the ball, and possibly need to just calm him down a little bit. But that, as a front four, has just put in a very, very, very good performance. And there's no Leeburn, no Devine, no O'Donoghue. Oh, we've got some good players here now, boys and girls. Let's have a look to see what the Leeburn situation is going to be. Only a couple of weeks. Ammo, only a few days. Okay, we're fine. We'll be good. And there is going to be some transfer business to announce for you in tomorrow's episode as well, because there's stuff going on. Rodrigo Alonso potentially on his way out. A couple of players potentially coming in. If it all comes off, I'll introduce you to them tomorrow and see if there's still money left over to maybe have that cheeky little offer for Saturday, Sunday, because, I mean, is that a relegation release clause at 23 million? Oh, see, that feels like a bargain. We do have a lot of strikers, though. He's become Nigerian. I'm sure he was English before. Yeah, English under 21 caps. He's now playing for Nigeria. I am interested. We'll see what happens. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.